Does awakened mind have a reaction? Aren't all your thoughts, all your emotional responses, where do they come from? What sets off? You see something and you have a reaction. An easy one is just another person. Example. You see a person, you have a reaction. Doesn't matter if you say, oh, I'm scared of them. Or you say, ooh, they're pretty, or hungry, or sexy, or it's always a reaction. Does awakened mind have a reaction? Everything in awakened mind, the big one, awakened mind, is awakened mind. It isn't partaking of distinctions of these biases or prejudices or just indoctrinations or little nitpicking of this or that. It doesn't have any. Awakened mind doesn't have any. What would you say? Doesn't have any. It doesn't partake. It doesn't partake of it. Why? You have to find that one out yourself for direct experience. I can tell you. Awakened mind is evenness. All things. It doesn't matter if there's 5 people standing there with all their different little clothes on or no clothes on, or male or female, or tall or short or fat or thin, or any race you can think of. It doesn't matter. All those little things they're supposedly like distinctions in awakened mind. Isn't it? It's even the big view. It doesn't mean you're a zombie. You still see red, you see green, you see tall, you see short, you see up. What does it do? What does those distinctions do? As far as awakened mind goes, there's nothing there, right? They're there, and all the things are there. But in awakened mind, it doesn't matter if there's 1 or 500. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're indoors or if you're outdoors. It doesn't matter to awakened mind. We're talking in the context of your awake awareness itself. From direct experience that you are undertaking to get familiar with and remember and go back to and over and over and over again. So you see the essence, the reality of living, of being aware, of being alive. Sounds happen, sights, objects. Yeah, it's like an awareness itself. Yeah. But all those things aren't bound up in having distinctions and differentiations and binding you to this, binding you to that. Unbind your mind stream. Just open. It already is open. It's there. It's up to you to have the interest, to have the effort, to get in within yourself and look at your real essence. You got the outside thing of the body. What's the body? Just your vehicle. It's your physicality. It's all the aches and pains. It's all the joys and sex pleasures and hunger and food and intake and then peeing and pooping and then the body needs some sleep. It gets tired. It's physical. It's your vehicle. You've heard it over again. Essence itself, awareness itself, is it just the body? Does it stop at the edge of your skin? Awareness stop at the edge of your skin, and now beyond that is, some vacuum? Suddenly there's nothing there till there's another entity there. What about plants? They're aware, they're awake, they're living. in that form that they have, just like any other living species. You can go through them like we do. Elephant, tiger, sheep, goat, grizzly bear, chimpanzee, birds, on and on. It's just the form they have. But all of them, at the essence, they got awareness too. They're aware of being alive, and they have awareness. Well, wait a minute then. And it's all an equality. It's a great equanimity right there in front of you, and there within you. And then how is it, when you get direct experience of awareness itself, you get it. Pervades everything. There isn't a boundary. There isn't a center. There isn't an edge. There isn't a thing that you say, well, that's awareness. And there's the edge of awareness itself. Awareness doesn't have any. All you have to do is keep throwing out all those concepts that you can think of. Get rid of them. And keep going and opening and opening and opening up. Because each time you look at those concepts, it's just another concept. And it vaporizes. All the way through, and you go, well, then there's no edge. Then there's no border. So from within your body and with outside of your body, it's the same awareness itself. The essence pervades everything. So even when you were born, all you were born was from that sperm and an egg. And that started a biologic process to get you the form that you have. The sperm already had awareness. The egg already had awareness. Everything around that sperm and the egg already had awareness. This whole essence was where the life supposedly, when, the sperm and an egg meet, and then supposedly then you become, no, as far as awareness goes, your form is just your form. It's a biologic thing. That starts a process. You get your DNA mixing up there and blending in and all that stuff, and oongo bongo. There you are, born as a cat. There you are, born as what's big? An elephant. I know. There you are, born as a human being. Essence, awareness itself, evenness, complete, without any restraint or edge or. No. Look at another one. Those when the Earth. Humans, we sent out human beings to the moon. So they left the earth. They left the confines of the earth. And they got to the moon. Well, they suddenly didn't just drop dead as soon as they left the earth atmosphere of saying like it's all bound up with just here on earth, right? They kept going. They still had awareness. Why? Well, does that awareness stop there in what we call outer space? Does it just stay within this planet? Look at the scale you're talking about. Look how, in terms of this dimension, and then you're going, no limit. Wow. So when you drop the body, you drop that confines. When you die, all you're doing is dropping the confines of that's kind of held you in there within the feeling, the idea that it's within your body. And it goes. Now, if you've been attentive, if you've got experience, if you've got direct experience through your life of this essence awareness itself, what do you think happens then when you die? And you drop the body and you drop all that crap and all the thoughts and all the pains and all the stuff of the body, as well as all the thoughts and emotions and attachments and rejection, all that's gone because it was all tied to the body. What do you end up with? That what you knew, what you got to know during life. Awareness, the essence itself. And you get to that kind of scale. Now you could pretty easily see that if you get to that, and you get to know that, and you have that experience directly while you're alive, and you get to know it, I mean you repeat and repeat, you get to know it, and so when you get near death and whatnot, you know what you're looking for. You know what you're looking for. You know what's going to happen. You slide right into that without the body. Wow. You could say, if you could, you would definitely break out in laughter. And you could say that you sure completed the purpose of being alive on the big scale. Now, how does that do you any good on the everyday scale? You go out and buy groceries, you go out and do your thing, you clean up the house, you do laundry, you wash dishes, and all the stuff you do day to day. Well, if you got the attention and awareness and understanding of awakened, and it's started to pervade your mind stream, because you keep remembering, you're going, well, look what it's doing. It's dissolving all those attachments to all those prejudices and biases. It comes with the territory. They don't have any strength anymore because you're cutting through them. You see them that they're all made up. They're myth. So your interaction with other people isn't based on all those prejudices and biases. At least from you, right? And that's a good thing. For you. And probably a good thing for the people you deal with as well. And you live your life in this thing that's more compassionate, generous, mutual benefit, equal rights, reality. Because all those distinctions are just transitory, made up. And from awareness itself, they dissolve. So on the two levels, your relative world, all the daily stuff of having a body, feeding it, having sex, having food, sleeping, going activities that you do in the day throughout the life. And then as well as the essence, the understanding of the real nature of your being, of awareness itself. Well, you pretty much completed it. You got those two. Well, you satisfied the purpose of being alive. That's a pretty big deal. And it's available. You still have to have the interest. You still have to make some effort here. You have to get in there on a regular basis and have to get into it and, make attention to saying, what is this thing of awareness itself? You have to spend that time within you, clarify, and get a big sigh of relief. You may well break out in laughter.